tournament, but if you're Jerome Tang, you have to take the good with the bad when it comes to Noel.
Yeah, Noel had 5, I believe, in the first game, and that's the pace they play at when they're going up and down.
C.J. Frederick is in. Calipari has urged him to shoot it. Wallace dumped down. Shibwe muscles it home and a foul. And grabs that ball in midair.
That's Noel, though, at his finest there, creating shots for his teammates.
8th rebound for Shibwe. Frederick bottoms.
He's been struggling with a wrist.
Just under 2 minutes gone by in this second half.
Nice look with the left, but Shibwe steps right across on him.
He anticipated it for the steal. Livingston to the rim. Based, and it works. This is the largest lead of the day for Kansas State. 35 seconds to go. Kentucky is down by 7. Wallace puts on the brakes. Cut by Shibwe. The dunk and the timeout.
Last night. Here he is penetrating again.
He's just got an extra gear, man. He gets in there, and you think you got him contained, and boom, he boosts through the hole.
Wallace drives. No look out to Reeves for 3. Pretty play for the Cats. The glass, what a move by Lawrence.
How about the hang time to go to the opposite side of the rim and finish?
And he was able to spin it in. Toppin with the answer from deep.
Scouted by Kentucky, though. That was a play for Lewis on the design baseline drive and a reverse pivot for the shooter, but Kentucky was all over it.
Shibwe buries the long jump. 328 games and only lost 13 in games where he's had a 10-point lead. Here's Toppin. Huge 3 for Jacob Toppin at a quick
Kentucky 19-9. Auburn. First meeting of the season. They go inside off the bench and slamming it down. Williams puts up in his own miss. Another offensive rebound.
5 offensive rebounds now for Auburn against Kentucky, who is an outstanding defensive rebounding team.
Reeves, 3. Wallace will drive. Fierro. 3. Got it! Hardwell has the offensive rebound. Green trying to go up. And taken away by Wallace with the defense there that Dan was just talking about. Reeves, 3. Bullseye! In that Mountain West, that championship will be seen in a couple weeks here on CBS from Las Vegas.
New Mexico had a great non-conference season, but have really struggled in the Mountain West. But there's some good teams.
There are. Wallace making
what a pass.
Shibwe. In the SEC. That's overall wins. Overall wins. Yes, overall wins.
That's an impressive number.
Another trip. Defends. Doubled. Toppin. Inside. Intercepted. It's picked off by Wallace. Who else at the other end with a sledgehammer? And now Reeves has been averaging about 15 points over the last 6 games. He's running on that baseline. Livingston. Wallace. Green back in. Reeves. Free.
With the read and the drive.
Kugel with the dish to Jatobo. And the 6'11 senior from Nigeria is off.
Well, you see Kentucky, whoever rebounds it at that 1 through 4 spot, they bring it. The only guy that won't board and bring it is Oscar Sheboy.
Cason Wallace has been great at the point guard position. Last 3 games, 23 assists to only 5 turnovers. He's not shooting the ball well from deep, though. Look at this pass. Finds Sheboy for the jam.
What a really missed Colin Castleton defensively. They were one of the better 2-point defenses in the country. Number 7 overall.
Livingston's been playing spot. But Ware and Sheboy sharing time in the front court.
And Kentucky just gets up a shot. The offensive glass comes into play, but Sheboy.
Coverage comes your way at 7 o'clock Eastern. Gators have made 6 of their last 7. They've gone on a tear to make this thing interesting after trailing by 15. 3 balls short and rebounded by Ware. Interesting. Oscar is out there guarding Kyle Lofton.
Kentucky has missed 12 shots, Tom, but they've gotten 6 offensive rebounds. 50% right now for Kentucky on the offensive glass. Take it.
And he stays.
Play to start the half. They got a hard back cut, which cleared up an opening and just drove the cut right behind it.
149th meeting between these two teams who first met in 1927. And Kentucky has dominated this series, including a win first game of February in Rupp. Reeves with the floater.
You got to be there and throwing body blows yourself if you're a kid like Jatobo. Got him.
Toppin snuck in behind him.
They have been either 1 or 2 for a long stretch. Field goal percentage defense, opponent 3-point percentage as well. Livingston, count it for 3. Wallace. New episodes Tuesday on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. Again, that foul trouble for Ziegler, so he's been out for a stretch, back on the floor for Tennessee, playing with those 2 fouls.
That takes a lot of their offense away. Nice
look out. Sheboy on a rack attack. 7 points. He averages 3.5 per game.
Yeah, big breakdown on individual D. Straight line drive.
Kentucky started 1-3 in conference play. Won 7 of its next 9.
Nice replace.
Toppin is popping for 3. They have cut it to 11. 8 points for Vescovy, all in the second half. Meshack defending Wallace.
Hey, nothing inside from Sheboy. Doing a lot of screening. This far out, too, doesn't have the opportunity offensive rebound, which he can do well.
Sheboy sets the screen. There's the ball. Slams it down. Of a scoring mentality because Tennessee has needed it and required it today. 14 for Meshack.
Nice cut again by Toppin.
Toppin a little out of control. Circus shot.
Nice job containing Ziegler. That was key. I think Reeves can get a shot with Ziegler on him.
Livingston defended by Meshack.
He's got to keep busy, though.
Back in the hands of Wallace. He's got Vescovy. 10 to shoot. Reeves pull a pop. Book it.
Wallace with a path. And the handoff. The layup is good. And the Cats on the board first. You take a look at the starting 5 for the Bulldogs. Same starting 5 we've seen the last 6 games. MSU.
Defense really good, collapsing inside.
That's a 3 from the corner, and Reeves connects.
That's one of the things Chris Jans talked to us about today. Transition defense. Hard to get your transition defense set when you're turning the ball over.
How good is Antonio?
Beginning because Oscar Sheboy was out a month just before the season started. if you don't understand how disruptive that is in terms of getting better in practice, because college teams get better in practice.
Shibwe, another mid-range jumper. Chris Jans was giving us the exact percentages of Shibwe in front of Alabama by 8 late. Shibwe down low.
Yeah, when you're the weak side defender and you're Deshaun Davis at 6'2", 195, and Shibwe gets the ball in the downhill. Ware didn't get out of the way.
Toppin for three.
Doesn't matter.
That's one way to execute. And a timeout called by Chris Jans in Mississippi State. Shibwe banks it in. Boy, something magical on this end of the floor with the bank shot.
Yeah, but Matthews was for a three. Not a fair trade, says Kentucky. Him up. They might be onto something here with a set.
7-0 run for the Cats. Livingston a deep three. On the way, and he connects.
Offensively minded now. He can heat up in a hurry.
37% from deep this year for 24 in blue. Inside. And the big fella with a chance for three.
Wide open look from the left side for the young freshman. Mississippi State might need a timeout to try and regroup.
Toppin past Matthews, the floater, yes. And you mentioned it, Chris Jans sensing the same thing that you were, Coach. Now facing a 13-point deficit, and Big Blue starting to surge.
This is
lob to Toppin, Jacob Toppin. $16 on the board for numeral 0 in blue, and a timeout called by.
Right now, when Kentucky gets that ball around the restricted arc, don't look for Georgia. Better find Wallace and Reeves.
There's Damian Collins, youngster getting some burn early on, and another three. And seed play. 5 on the shot clock. Juice Holt around and out, and the rebound to Livingston.
Good short closeout by Kentucky on a non-shooter Holt.
Shibwe challenged, but gets the bucket
on the move, and he's a very fallible guy when he's like that.
On the move, Jacob Toppin on cue.
He didn't get anything done in non-conference, but man, they've been good in conference play. You look down there at Arkansas, Nick Smith, I said for 2 weeks he's going to come back. The freshman for Arkansas is such a highly touted kid. I think he plays today for Eric Musselman, and he could be a difference maker for the Hogs down the stretch. Got to let it fly.
Toppin does, and knocks down the triple.
Screen the top of it, get downhill, and make a play. I like that. Yes,
Livingston,
sir.
My goodness. Well, it's 3-ball time. Jacob Toppin gets that. Exactly what Kentucky.
Shibwe fires and knocks that one down. Something he's been working.
Below the rim, bully you type guy. Too much finesse Saturday against Colin Cason.
Antonio Reeves into the game for Kentucky. It's been instant offense off the bench. The shot has been particularly on lately. Shibwe will fire and bank it in. Holder and a soft touch. It goes for Devontae Davis.
All the guards in this game, for the most part, have that tough floater ability in them. Devo Davis probably leads that charge. He is so good, Ravi, going left into that hang time shot.
Collins into the game, and his first shot rattles around the rim and goes down.
White is a pogo stick waiting to happen.
Instead, he pops out and shoots. Got it! Will it count? Yes, they say it.
Gentlemen, I talked to C.J. Frederick today at shoot-around, and he said with this group, it took a little longer for us to all realize and accept that if everyone stars in our role, everybody's going to eat.
One for their last 8. Again, Kentucky's off-ball defense has been airtight, not allowing Florida to burn the pressure off with back cuts and get easy looks.
Here's Reeves with the floater.
That's the shot I'm talking about. Answer the three from Cason Wallace.
Wallace downhill. Toppin steps through.
Wilson ties it up with a runner at the other end.
Anytime there's a turnover, missed shot, Kansas excellent in transition.
Boy, look at Kentucky getting down the floor. Chris McCullough off the glass, too strong, and another rebound for Shibwe. Livingston in transition, jump stop and a finish. Will lay it in to make it a 4-point game.
And that's Zubiedja for his first basket since December. Hadn't scored a field goal since December. But that middle screen and roll. And to Holly's point, you know, when Kentucky's playing in the half court, they've not been as efficient. But when they're getting out in transition after a make or a miss, they've gotten anything they want. Not your assignment. You never leave the ball, especially when it's in the hands of a guy averaging 21 points a game who's averaging 30 over his last 3.
Shibwe lays it in, the assist to Wallace. Reeves was looking into the post, but Shibwe wasn't looking at him. He was setting a screen to try to free up Wallace. Reeves with a runner as you.
Lawrence.
Open look for Frederick, steps into it, spins it down, 25.
As that three goes for Andre Gordon just in the game, is how good they are on the defensive end as well.
Well, they've gone back to their old school 3-on-3 defensive breakdowns over at the Kraft Center. Look at the difference. The first 4 games in conference play to the last 2. As that dunker spot is always at
Marble and Coleman had scored the last 14 during what was a 14-2 run for A&M. Toppin left wide open. And he makes his first.
Screens, driving, see if he can pick up the 4th. He doesn't want to foul. You'll have some clean looks at the rim if you're A&M.
Wallace the lob and Toppin to finish.
It's always a threat.
That Grimm's a second, but Wallace is there.
Kentucky runs a good free throw miss play.
Bam. Reeves for 3.
Yeah, you don't box off. Starting to carve up Kentucky's man-to-man defense.
How about Braylon Bridges taking it to the big fella who's into the game? We're going to Onyenso. Freshman at 6'11", went right at him. Good bounce pass there. Pretty play by Wallace with a drop.
So is most of America.
There's a steal by Wallace. Averages better than 2 steals per game. Ahead to Toppin, and finally Kentucky.
First to the floor. And that's the kind of attitude Kentucky wants to continue.
Wallace now, Kentucky with a 3-on-2 going down the court.
Nonsense early in the game, and it's escalating, so this is a way for the officials to get back in control right now after that warning.
Although Kentucky inbounding, so I think maybe the discussion was whether or not they should upgrade. Vescovy just so crafty, but he couldn't finish it.
He got hit, and the defense was behind him. And you're allowed to go anywhere you want if it's not in legal guarding position, and Oscar Shibwe.
Tie game. But not for long.
The action worked and got Vescovy to the elbow for that pull-up jumper. Going out of a horn set to a high ball screen with Oscar Shibwe.
Reeves with a runner. Yes.
Double digits in the paint. We've always been told, Jimmy, that defense is as much about attitude and effort as it is about ability.
Yeah, it's effort, it's fight, it's toughness, it's pride. Kentucky's got to get Oscar Shibwe going offensively. He was a no-show at Alabama because he was covered up with length.
Let's have a good move. He throws it up with his left hand. He lost the defender.
Jaden Bradley, the freshman.
He is Alabama's best paint touch guard. He gets into the red part of the floor more than anyone else that Nate Oates puts in the game.
13-point lead for Alabama. And I tell you what, they bring that ball down, and Alabama's hands are all over it. Calipari's hands just went to his head, and he sat down.
frustrated the way things are going. They had 2 on the shot clock. Toppin does get it off, and he knocks it down.
It's LSU, who's a top 30, 40 defensive team himself, but so far today, Alabama has snuffed out all the actions. Kentucky guards are taking a lot of tough twos like Reeves just hit right there.
See, that's it. You agree with that?
In terms of potential Final Four
teams in the conference.
I would say Arkansas would be in that group if they were 100% in the biggest moments.
Hannibal completes the three-point play. LSU by 2.
I watch Wheeler bringing this ball up. He's a polarizing kid in this state. But you look at his numbers, he's been really good. In this ball game, he already has 4 assists, and he leads Kentucky with 4 defensive rebounds.
LSU's changed to a zone defense. They're moving all over the place.
And don't come outside that 3. Just keep that thing packed in.
Wheeler trying to find a hole. Wallace can't, and Wheeler will shoot the 3 and find the net.
To my point.
Coleman back in with foul trouble for Fountain Hill. That's blocked by Collins. Impactful few minutes for Collins. Wallace, good dish, Sheboy. He drew 2 defenders. Hannibal,
ball.
Yeah, he jumps it off. That's a block. And Hannibal was out of bounds and knew he couldn't come back in to get it. He's dragging a little bit.
I just feel like Hannibal needs to be taking shots at the rim because he's at least going to get fouled. He's given it up the last 2 times that he's gotten there. Rim decisions are so important for guard play.
Watch out. The oop is wide open. Good look from Wallace.
Where does Cal go to now? Needing a basket. You know, Sheboy has been such a load inside.
Toppin with the cut. Yes, it was.
I'm telling you, he's the best cutter that can.
Any Payne's brought Wheeler in here right away to try to keep Sheboy off the glass.
He's got a height advantage. Not as thick, obviously.
You almost have to double team on rebounds. Him.
Roosevelt Wheeler, 11th tallest player in Division I.
Look at this. Too easy to made him invisible.
Middle of the floor.
By the way, that miss by Lands was only his 2nd one in the last 4 games and his 3rd overall this year.
And to Jay's point as well, 93% free throw shooter. Pretty impressive. Once again, the zone, that middle is so vulnerable, and you can disperse. Look at that, it's too easy for Toppin. That's good.
Toppin's got.
Now they're trying to get their press little set up, but nobody was following East.
Yeah, East was calling for it. Nobody else was ready.
Wheeler got it. Wheeler.
Now that's the action Kentucky worked on yesterday.
Wakitas way off the mark ahead is Livingston. Off glass too easy, 23-11. Lexington. Remember that news breaking off season, how big of a deal it was. Wheeler, great pass from Wallace, up and in, and a chance for three.
Dickinson, he's left-handed.
That's big body on big body and a high archer. That's good defense. The Shubway forced a tough one. Reeves from the corner. He knocks down a three.
Getting out in transition a little bit easier.
Behind the back dribble, Llewellyn no good. That's the one missing aspect. He was an over 40% three-point shooter at Princeton, and so far hasn't found his shot.
Well, that's a tough one he took there.
Shubway banged twice, still lays it up and in, no five.
That was a good pass. Looked like it was going to the corner and found Dickinson on the rim run. And Dickinson did a good job to catch that ball and finish without traveling. Dickinson still playing off Shubway. And you can go under on Xavier Wheeler and then meet him on the other side. Llewellyn doing a nice job there.
Oh, long three. Dickinson has had to battle Shubway all night. It's not a lot easier with Onyenso on him now. And there's a jump shot. Do you feel at all threatened that he might throw you over the top rope on the bridge? Or
no,
none of that?
He doesn't have that kind of strength. They're used to.
After the turkey you ate last night, no one's lifting you.
Tasted like chicken.
They come out of the break. Wallace alley-oop, and that worked beautifully.
You know, obviously, Rick, they pressed all the time. And when he got to Bellarmine, he decided if we can't press defensively, he always said we'll press offensively. We'll make it a game where people are tired of guarding us.
Oscar with the left. Catchage is 8 of 17 on layups. And Bellarmine misses an opportunity.
All right, Fredericks hit the last two jumpers.
Yep.
Nice move. Hope they get to sleep in.
Yeah, I hope so too.
They've had such a challenge, but I mean, they had this crowd nervous in this building.
No doubt about it.
The thing that hurt Bellarmine the most, they did not make the open jump shots in that second half.
Yeah. And there's a three from Antonio Reeves.
Period of time that I played, we went bowling together. We saw Dumb and Dumber in the theater.
Now, that
How
was a
long
good
ago
movie.
it was, I know. We did all kinds of stuff off the court, and that's part of it. The other part is, I mean, having like tough times on the court. I mean, what they just went through in Spokane last week. This is good. That's good for them. I mean, hopefully, we'd like them to have played better, but it's good for them. You got to have that adversity to build this the bond that you need to go the distance.
What's your advice to players? Because the Gonzaga game, they started that game slow cuts, slow passes, no aggressive north-south type of attacks at the basket, and nothing's good going to happen if you don't do that.
Look at Collins slicing his way in. And Onyenso with another block. That's become his specialty.
Livingston flatten that out. Good attack. Now shoot that.
Frederick turns it into a 15-footer.
You'd see North Florida's offense right now. They're always going to have 4 out, and they'll change who that one in is.
Top and pull up.
And listen, that's going to be at least a high percentage shot.
There's Oscar Berry with the make, and now quickly on the other end, Antonio Reeves with the splash.
We've got good plays. Everybody talks about, what's Kentucky doing off? They've got plays. If you run them, they're going to work. Just got to be patient with them.
How many plays did you guys run at Arkansas?
We had 4 plays. Cutting game, screening game, cat.
That one taken away to Wallace.
Boy, his hand strength and his hand speed is phenomenal for a true freshman. Look out.
Good lob finds Lance. It's the step in the bucket.
That's Gonzaga's best offense right now, is finding Timmy as a trailer, and he's in downhill mode on the catch, really putting Oscar Shibwe in a bind.
And Reeves drills one.
You sit next to me, Coach Pell. And he's doing his thing. They open with Tennessee, by the way, folks at Tennessee Tech. He looks good in purple. Yes. Transition three from Reeves for Bates after a couple of free throws. Nice feed and a flush by Fierro.
It's put pressure on the defense again. The kick to Hauser. And then Hall couldn't handle the entry pass.
That was a nice pass, too. You got to catch that ball, step to it.
And it looked like he had the angle on the defender as well.
He did have the angle, but you got to step to the ball.
Boy, Wheeler's a handful, isn't he? Good luck staying in front of him.
Kentucky, nobody gave any help. Nobody cut off any of his driving angles. Hogarth goes right to the goal.
Reeves looking inside for Sheboy.
He likes to shoot that little jump hook over the left shoulder.
Little shot fake. Wallace with a kick. Reeves with a three.
That's what he gives him. He gives him. They're going to try to post the Sheboy.
Reeves with a line drive. Long rebound back out to the Cats. Did not hit the rim. Shot clock doesn't reset. Doesn't matter. 2-0 with wins over Howard and Duquesne. Runner for Reeves, no. Ball is loose, belongs to the Cats. Another touch down low for Sheboy.
He gets good position. Tell you what, they're playing him a lot of minutes tonight because they need him to win this game.
Wallace almost lost his footing. Now finds Reeves. Boy, a lot of contact between Sheboy and Cooper. Sheboy goes around the freshman and lays.
Clock down to 3 for Toppin. Toppin banging, firing, and missed it off the front iron. Loose ball, a scrum. Diving for the loose ball is Kentucky. Kick out. Frederick on a 3. Got it! 5-0 run for the Wildcats. Open 3 from the corner, front iron. And they're tearing away the rebound is the 6'6 freshman Livingston.
This is a big Kentucky starting lineup when your two guards are at 6'6" and 6'4".
And there's something different. You and I have done a lot of Kentucky games over the years, seen a lot of talented freshmen. You talk to people like Paul Biancardi. This freshman class just feels different. Lance up on us. They haven't been to the NCAA tournament since 1977. I mean, there's some proud
That's a
tradition.
Shocker. Yes.
That snuck up on me. I couldn't believe that. Reeves, step back tray, got it! With the portal and the turnover, everybody's trying to get cohesion and chemistry this time of year. Toppin from the top floor!
Emphasis for Cal coming this game with a lack of depth. Can they defend without fouling? So far, so good for the home team.
What was John Calipari's biggest concern coming into tonight?
How hard we're going to have to fight. Yeah, TJ. I tell you, that's automatic. It is.
Nice look. Unfortunately, Onyenso was waiting.
It's not going to work. I mean, Howard's going to keep testing 33 and white, and they're going to keep failing the test.
Reeves, corner 3.
That's what you give up. That shot. His belief in the special things that's still in front of his life. And Patrick, it is so good, man. It's so good to see you back, to hear your voice, and to call you a friend.
They did mention Cats could shoot the ball a little bit better. Neither team scorching the nets here early on. Here's Reeves. What a cut. Got it. You say cut with violence. And a bucket inside. Kobe Dixon's got 11. Reeves. 3 ball.
Boy, they can stretch you, can't they? You got CJ.
Sakai Ziegler back for the Volunteers. That's a really talented backcourt. Livingston.
No hesitation by Livingston. Really good fly.
3 blocks. Let me fire up the app. Quick entry for Kentucky after the ball went out of bounds. Here's Frederick.
So good. You press Kentucky. CJ really sells that shot fake, which you have to respect.
Jumper off. Frederick with the board. Here's Cason Wallace now. Right back to him. And CJ with the left.
He is so much more than just a spectacular.
Sorry, it's my first time here. I don't know where I'm going. I was trying to be funny. I've been there a few times, and he said, "Oh, well, can I help you? Where are you trying to get to?"
When you're that good, you can be nice.
I think he senses the opportunity in front of him after a lost season last year. There's Toppin. found his way to the floor. Shame that we didn't get to see him play in a Cats uniform last year. But he's making the most of his debut. Man, oh my, hammer topper.